Hey guys, today we're going to be building a Brightroom cube organizer. Oftentimes these things have tons of cardboard just to protect the wood pieces. Usually just toss these aside or use them to work on other projects. Usually you'll see like a red ribbon that indicates that there's a bunch of tools and stuff that you'll need for the construction. Now it looks like for the most part you should have everything that you need to build this just included. Like an Allen wrench. You have these wood dowels. You don't necessarily need a tool to drive those into the wood. I usually just tap them with a pocket knife, or if you have a hammer you could do that. Instructions. So that's what it's going to look like. So when I'm building things like this, usually what I'll do is I'll grab all the parts and put similar parts next to each other. Because oftentimes there's like a symmetry when you're building things like this, like a left and a right side that will be identical. So it's important to just lay them out in a way where you can find what you need and see if anything's missing, which is also possible. Looks like we have like a side. And the other side. Square part. Other square part. And it looks like these are just the actual shelves. And that's it. Okay, so we've got basically three components. We've got component A, and those parts are just the sides of the unit. We've got components B, which will be the top and the bottom, and then components C, which will be each of the shelf layers. I'll go through the instructions so you don't have to make it easier. So it says for tools needed that you'll need an Allen wrench, a screwdriver, and a drill. It says that the Allen wrench is supplied. We'll see if that's actually true. Oftentimes with these things, you'll need like a drill or a screwdriver if you're going to anchor your unit to a wall. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to lay it down sideways and just use it as an organizer for shoes and similar things. So in that regard, it would probably be just fine, like not anchoring it to a wall. But we'll see as we get through this build. So the thing I like about these diagrams from Target is they'll show like basically how all the parts fit together. Alright, so it says for step one we need to take part C and put the dowels inside all the holes on the sides. So do that. We get the tools, the parts, get it open. Let's begin. We're going to need these. These are the wooden dowels. And we'll need these, which is part C. Open. So there'll be a side that's like white, and then you'll see a side where there's like the unfinished wood, the particle board. You just want to take your dowel and put it inside the hole. Poke. See, slides right in. It's able to slide right in. You don't need to use any sort of tools, but you can if you want to. So again, take that, put that in, poke. There you go. So basically, we want to just repeat that process for all of the C components. Just like that. That one's done. If you find that it's not going super easily, you just take like the side of a Swiss Army knife or whatever you have nearby. Just tap it a few times gently. And it's good. Nice. Last one. Same thing. Perfect. See, this one went in a little bit more than the other side, so just tap it a few times. There we go. Done. Alright, step 1 is complete. Step 2, we need to take one of the sides, letter A, and take each of the 3 letter C shelves into the holes in the side panel A. So one side will be like white, the other side be white and have these little holes. So make sure you get the side that has the holes. And you just kind of tap it a little bit. Just, the way I like to do it, I'll use just the palm heel. It's the soft part of your hand. It's very strong, so if you just kind of tap the side of the wood, it'll feel the best. So again. Alright, so here's just a close-up. Last one. Line it up. And nice little tap. There we go. Alright, so next, we're going to take the other side A for step 3 and attach it to the other side. So let's get this lined up. You might find that it's helpful to slightly lift the side you already assembled, just to make the dowels fit into the side that you need to attach it to. You want to go section by section and make sure the dowels are partially inserted into the other side A. And once everything is lined up, then you can just press the sides together. So next step, we'll be attaching the top and the base. So to do this next step, we're going to need these screws, as well as the L-shaped Allen wrench. If you want this to go on nice and smooth, it's always good to just do a little bit at a time. So to do this, what I recommend doing is first take the screws and insert them into the holes. 2, 3, 4. So what we want to do now is we want to make sure that each of the screws is lined up with each of the holes, and you want to just hand tighten each of the screws slightly. That one, this one right here. Now, the reason why you want to do it this way is so that you can make sure that 1, all the screws go in the holes so you can tighten it properly. But 2, you want to make sure that this base plate lays down flush with the surface. And if you have a power tool to do this, you could definitely speed up the process. But to a certain extent, it's better just to do it by hand, I think, because then you can make sure you don't over tighten it. The thing is, if you use a drill, it's very easy to get overly enthusiastic with it and get a little carried away and then over tighten it, cause the wood to split if it's too tight. Alright, so we tighten it down so it's almost all the way in there. We're going to leave a little bit of a gap. And that way, as we tighten each of these screws, we can make sure everything is lined up before we give it the final tighten, so nothing gets warped or split or cracked. Now you might find that this process is easier if you stand your unit up vertically while you're tightening it. One of the reasons why I'm tightening it like this is, well, 1, to get a better camera angle, but 2, just to make sure everything is lined up properly. Alright, so right now I have most of the screws mostly tightened, but not all the way. And so what I'm going to do is, if you notice, see how it kind of wiggles? You want to make sure that everything is lined up nice and straight before you give it that final tighten. You just want to check the top to make sure there aren't any like gaps or anything. It looks like it got things pretty lined up pretty well. So I'm going to go ahead and just tighten each of these screws until they're nice and flush, flat with the surface. And it's better to do this by hand than with a drill, because doing it by hand, you can make sure you don't over tighten it, because if you over tighten it, this material can easily crack and split. You could affect the cosmetic appearance of it as well as the structural integrity. So make sure when you're tightening these things, you just tighten it enough so it feels flat. You don't feel the screws sticking up out of the surface. So these two are good. Now this one, perfect. And last one. Alright, they're all flat. Nice. Alright, we'll do the same thing for the other side. So let's get this flipped around, then we can tighten the other side. So, one detail that I do want to mention here is, you notice that on one side it feels kind of concave and curvy, and if you flip it over, the other side feels kind of sharp and flat. So this side that's sharp and flat is the side that faces this unfinished piece of wood. The side that feels kind of rounded, concave, that's the side that faces out towards you. And the reason why that's important is because if you look at the screws, they have kind of a cone shape to them. And that cone shape fits perfectly into the concave side. So if you have, so you want to make sure that you have this side facing out. That way when you tighten the screws, they could tighten all the way down and be flat with the surface. Okay? So let's get that set up. You want to make sure you take each of the screws, just insert them into the part B. And then you just want to make sure each of the screws goes into each of the holes. Line the screws up and just hand tighten them a couple turns. Hand tightened. And just gently wiggle this plate B so it just goes flat against side support A. There we go. Nice. Then, just as before, just systematically tighten all these screws, but remember, we don't want to tighten them super tight the first time around. We want to get them so they're almost all the way in and just sticking out maybe that much, just a tiny bit. And then once everything is perfectly lined up, then we'll tighten them the rest of the way to make sure everything is lined up properly. And I think it's good to switch off hands while you're doing this. That way you don't get too fatigued. Looks like we have a visitor. Once you ensure there aren't any gaps, then go ahead and tighten them one at a time using the Allen wrench. Tighten them to the point where the screws are flat with the surface of part B. Taken care of. So for us, we're probably going to store it outside. Probably just like store shoes or something in it. Just like that. Keep it nice and organized. Maybe store some things on top. Well, there we go. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions while you're building this thing, feel free to reach out, leave comments. Please like this video and share it with anybody who might find it useful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.